Here we go with the third round of Swiss. This is from the San Rafael Regionals. And I'm playing the left side of the screen as Tenon. We have Jonathan playing on the right as Kate. Jonathan is an extremely good player in the area. Plays a lot down at Game Castle, Santa Clara. He has won at least one tournament there that I know of, and probably another one for all I know. Very good player. I always need to... Can't let anything by with him. You know, you cannot make mistakes with Jonathan. He will exploit them. So I kept the opening hand, install some ice, and a classic blunder that I always make is draw on my last click, which people always call me out for. But I don't think that far ahead all the time. So, which I should be able to think 3 clicks ahead, but. So we got building up some econ on the runner side, and I'm sure prepaid Kate would like to have her prepaid voice pads out before playing that econ, but wasn't able to get them. So I'm trying to decide. I think I just take 3 credits. I think I was trying to decide if I wanted to just score at that clone retirement early, but decided I need to build my econ a little bit more before I get scored out. The clone retirement, also, I think that maybe I have a Grim. So yeah, I managed to get a shock down in archives early, which is great. So, and I snipe a Sure Gamble. That is a fantastic card to hit. So he's at 15 credits though, drawing up some cards, probably trying to get those prepaids. And Grimoire and Kate. So super interesting. Grim is a very good console, giving you that virus token when you install virus, and you usually have some parasites and data suckers in this type of deck, so not surprised to see it. Gives you 2 memory, so it's one of the more efficient consoles in terms of memory. Still another ice. Still not scoring at the clone retirement. I am thinking I probably have a Grim somewhere on the table already, so I'm kind of waiting till I can res that at an opportune time. Drawing up some more. And so I already have one of my Trickle Lights and one of my archive memories, so I'm looking good so far. I need to keep him out of my server so I can start building up Tenon tokens. Yeah, so he puts a data sucker down for free, getting the token from Grimoire. Installs and clicks Katie Jones. So I get the Tenon token. I think that is probably the Grim. I usually put the Tenon token on a high strength ice. So I install Advance at clone retirement. With that data sucker out, it might have made sense to hold on one more turn. Just seeing if he runs into the Grim. But I'm not quite sure what's over HQ. Maybe the HQ ice isn't relevant. Building up more econ. So this type of build up, I tend to like to see when I'm playing this Tenon deck, because it means I'm going to get Tenon tokens. They're spending a lot of time setting up econ, which is definitely going to help them. So that was a Tenon token Trickle Light. So I score out a Brain Trust. That's how you want to score those out. I don't think I have any Ice Walls out yet either, I'm guessing. And we're just trying to resolve because he has 1 extra card. And he's just going to discard some card. I don't think it would have really changed any decisions I made. I make that mistake a lot, holding on to cards when I should have discarded down. Alright, so I cleared the agendas out of my hand. I haven't seen my hand recently. I'm not sure if I have another agenda in there, but I do decide to res the Eli. So he bounces, and if I have successful demo, I'll go up to 7 on my next turn. And plays an indexing. So that was a really well-timed indexing. He probably ran on HQ primarily to try and get me to res something, which totally worked. I may have wanted to res at Eli either to... Yeah, you know, it looks like there is an agenda in hand, so I was probably just thinking of protecting my agenda. And that indexing does not find an agenda, just finds the Caprice, which he goes into trash, gets some more data suckers, builds up more Katie Jones money. So So draw into a Grim. Now I have no money. And I think I was gonna, yeah, I'm not sure why I just drew there. That seems like a misplay. Maybe I was trying to draw in the successful demo, but that doesn't make sense because I don't have money to play it. So I think that was just a misplay. I probably should have just taken 3 credits because now I'm discarding something that is useful to me. I think that was a swordsman I just discarded. There are 3 shocks and 3 Shikyus in the deck. That's the way that Eli. Very efficient with that Grimoire. He only needs to spend 2 data suckers and gets 1 back. Hopefully he remembers to take that extra data sucker, unless I miscounted. I get lucky there, he does not pull an agenda. So Himitsu Baku, that's exactly what I need to see right now. I need to limit these HQ runs, and that's exactly what that's, I think, install and take 2 credits. That's what's happening. Yeah. So that will, he cannot effectively parasite that. So I guess he could technically parasite it if he self-modifies into a parasite. Then all in that same window he can, well no, I think on, this is still the, no, I think just on the encounter he can, okay, but he's not even doing that, so let's not worry about that. He's getting Ottman out, probably at either 2 or 3 strength. Or no, it'd definitely be 2. Or 0, I guess. No, what's it? At, was that Ottman at 0? I missed something there. Something didn't make sense about that. Ottman at 0, but he would have had to... Oh no, okay, that was a 2 strength. Ottman, 2 power Ottman. I kind of didn't overhear that. So this is, wow, I have 3 archive memories in hand. But I would like to... Yeah, so I install and take 2 credits. I would like to use one of those archive memories to get a Trickle Light back. But the problem with that is I don't have any Trickle Light tokens. I don't have any advancement tokens. And I do have an agenda in hand. Wow, he's getting a lot of data suckers out of this. And so I res the Inazuma just to keep him out. That's not the best place to put Inazuma. I guess he could, no, yeah, he could get through if he spends all his data suckers and spends 2 money. Probably worth it. You're already in the run, but no, he decides not to. So he's 3rd click indexing. And he knows I can't res that ice because I didn't res it last time. So he gets in, gets his data suckers, and will likely find an agenda here. This deck has a bunch of 2-pointers, and then basically all the 3 2s, the medical research, and then 2 clone retirements. Clone retirements are to clean up bad pub from Grim, and then also to, so I don't need to score out a 4th agenda. I could just score that one out of hand. And that's the same indexing as last time, so he gets in there and kills a Caprice, but does not find an agenda. So I draw a Shikyu, that's good news. I think I'd take 3 credits and drop that Shikyu right in archives. It's like I've played this deck before. So he's drawing a couple cards here. So yeah, he needs to get into HQ probably at this point, which he could totally do. It's a little bit expensive. Not too expensive, just basically 2 credits and 3 data suckers, but he gets 2 data suckers back. So especially when he's this far ahead on data suckers, might as well. If I were him, I would maybe be thinking about parasiting that Himitsu Baku. Just because with the 2-strength Ottman out, it's not really too much of a threat. He can just pay 1 to get through it. And the Inazuma is the only real thing slowing him down here, and it's not slowing him down by that much. Just 1 data sucker token. So I get lucky again, does not take the Brain Trust. And so I have a little bit of time here to build up to get another shock. So my archives are safe. Unless he pulls a sneaky sneak door or does some security testing, I do not have to worry about archives. It might be worth clearing virus tokens soon. I think it depends what the ice is over R&D, but if I clear virus tokens, he's going to either have to go into archives to pick up tokens and take some shocks and cheat queues, or risk the ice on R&D. And I should do that soon before he gets like another self-modifying code out. Alright, so he's taking out this Imitsubaku. So I'm just trying to make sure I could get this Imitsubaku back before... Yeah, so I think if I let him through that Inazuma, he'd be able to parasite the Mitsubaku before... No, that's not true, because there was an approach. I could have taken it back on the approach, but still required him to... It didn't matter. I don't think he broke the Inazuma, because he wasn't breaking the subroutines on. And he's just assaulting HQ right now.
I panicked there for a second. I was like, why do I have 6 cards in hand? I'm cheating. I will take the mandatory draw.
Now HQ is sort of a problem. Oh, I draw the perfect thing. So I drew a Quandary. That'll protect HQ. I wonder if that's what I'll do. I need to start building up these 10 tokens. So I think this is the priority now, is just trying to keep him out. So I'm not drawing the ice wall. This deck basically doesn't have enough ice, and it has a lot of positional ice. It has like 2 Chums, 2 Inazuma, I think. So it has like 16 ice, but 4 of them are positional, and so you just don't have enough ice to really build up a remote to score out of. And it's too risky to score out of a remote with this few ice, basically, and this low econ. There's not that much econ in this deck either. It's basically hedge funds and 3 successful demo, and I'm just not seeing the successful demo either. But man, I got all the archive memories I need. Probably gonna ditch one of them. Yeah.
First click draw. Second click draw.
Just don't quite need it at this point in the game.
Third click draw.
I hear sirens, but I'm not quite sure if that's in the real world or in the video. So you all can let me know. This was Gamescape North, the store that hosted this event, and they did a great job with about 70 people in attendance. Kept things moving along. It was a good time. So I do get 1 Tenon token there. And he did not run that turn, I'm guessing, just he's didn't have something like a self-modifying code or another Ottman in hand, and he probably was a little bit worried of like a rototurret being rezzed. So that turn I just clear virus counters, and now I'm in probably a pretty good position. I think I probably have that Quandary over HQ. He can certainly parasite it, but otherwise it'll keep him out for the time being. If I was smart, I may have just missed this, but I would have... did I use an archive memory that last turn? I should have used an archive memory to get the Trick of Light back. Because then that really puts the initiative on him to run, and if he doesn't run, I'm just going to score out that Brain Trust. It's a delicate balance between trying to build up with this Tenon deck and just, you know, scoring out the agendas as fast as you can. Okay, so there's another clone retirement. Don't really need to score it, although it would be sad if he got a hold of it. So yeah, if I would have archive memory the previous turn, I could have just scored out the Brain Trust right now. So go and get the Trick of Light with the first click. And he has the Sharpshooter now, so he will run. He's not worried about Rototurret or Grim.
Second click, I'll install there. And then I'll take a credit.
So I decided to just build up HQ a little bit, make it harder for him to get into HQ at the very least.
Install and take credit.
And man, he has no problem with money. Unlike me, I have a big problem with money. I'm just clicking for money. Because I guess when you only have 6 econ cards in your deck and they're all operations, that type of thing is going to happen. So he test runs Defem, I believe for the first click. He's going into HQ. This would be really sad to have my brain trust get stolen right now.
No
Trying to think what that could be. I decided not to res it. And I res that just because it's, you know, he'd have to pay 1 credit in either way, so I might as well tax him a little bit. Almost, I mean, I wonder if it would have been smart to not res that. Okay, so gets Inazuma. It's going in again. The reason maybe not to res that is that hopefully he scavenges the Fem and keeps it on the Quandary, in which case that's a really good target for him to waste a Fem on. He gets the clone retirement, so now he's spending the bad pub to get through. And don't take the brain trust. Oh, he takes the brain trust. I was a little bit upset by that, but you know, when he's getting into HQ like 3 times in a turn, it's gonna happen. Agendas are gonna leak.
Not a big deal. I'll take the mandatory draw.
So I finally get a successful demo. With those data suckers, man, maybe I just clear data suckers this turn. He could just get he could put that Fem down again. It's the only problem, and I don't really have a way of keeping him out. But I do want to try and trigger that successful demo. So I install. I wonder what that ice was. I'm surprised. I'm not sure what that ice was and why I would just trash it. Yeah, so he's going into R&D. Here's the 3rd indexing. This many data suckers, don't think I'm going to be able to keep him out. But I might be able to tax him enough. He's a 6 money, a 7 with the bad pub.
This one was fine. This one was fine. It was really good. I'll bypass the first one.
Okay, so all that does is tax him a little bit. I think this is the... Yep, that's the Grim. So he's, I don't know, probably going to use a sharpshooter, maybe some data suckers. It won't be that expensive for him to get through. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was worth resing any of that, really. Yeah, he could get into that server almost every turn for very cheap. And I just gave him another bad publicity to do it. But at the same time, I don't have any ice in my hand, so I'm not sure I had another option, really. Yeah, so he's getting in for effectively a net loss of 1 data sucker and no credits because of the bad publicity. And that was a really smart Fem play, I think. Because if he would have put on the Grim, he would have taken a damage from Chum. So I'm guessing he saw that Chum previously in an indexing and kind of just remembered where it was in indexing and kind of just saw me play it. So he's probably going to score an agenda here. Alright, so it is 5-3. And I do that all the time. You put a hedge fund on top when they're at 0 creds. It's the best. Ooh. So he didn't have the click to go in there and get the medical breakthrough, so he put it on the 2nd card down. And so I'm lucky I drew it. Because right now he can't get into HQ, so that's the safest place for it to be. At the same time, medical research is not an easy agenda to score right now. That's the problem with these medical breakthroughs right now, is that I can't really score one out of hand. I'll need 2 Tricholites and the tokens to match. And so there's 3 medical breakthroughs in the deck, and right now they're all kind of dead draws. They're just a liability. So there's one more. Yeah, there's one more brain trust, one more philotic. I need to just score both of those to win this game, basically. There's not really another option. Because with his rig out, you know, I could take a risk, and like if I draw another Quandary, I could try and score behind it at the right time. But that's so risky when he has parasites and he hasn't played any clone ships yet. He's probably got those. Just there's so many ways for him to get through a remote right now. So okay, so he's getting a Ottman out, string 0, test run. The good news is he's low on money, but the bad news is he doesn't really need that much money thanks to the bad pub and the ice that's not really taxing him. Building up more data suckers just to tear my ice down. And that time I didn't have anything in there. Oh, I did have the medical breakthrough, yeah. So he was going for the medical breakthrough. That would have been game. The Ottman's gone, but he knows that a 0 strength Ottman will get through my HQ. And it's just a matter of time, him running HQ till he takes that medical breakthrough. So possible plays at this point. Oh, I probably just couldn't res that ice. So now I might be able to res whatever ice is in front of HQ, and I need to do that. Yeah, I'm ditching the successful demo. I would like to trigger it, but he has his rig out, and just not going to happen.
First click draw. Second click install Ottman at strength 0 for 2. Third click run.
Okay, so Inazuma will at least tax him data suckers a little bit. But yeah, it's so it taxes him 1 data sucker to get into each of my servers now. That's the net loss. So eventually that'll drain his tokens. But also I'm probably in a good position to clear virus tokens soon. If I could survive like 1 more turn of this, I clear virus tokens and I might be at a good point. So I don't think it's probably worth clearing yet. I think the right thing to do is to take 3 money. Oh, am I trying to decide if I'm going to ditch that medical breakthrough into archives? That seems like a mistake. There's I think 1 Jax in the deck, but that's it. Let's get rid of the ice. Yeah, don't need the quandary. So he's just going for that medical breakthrough. I think I'm trying to make it look like I'm ditching the medical breakthrough into archives. So just getting lucky right now. There's nothing... He's also preventing the Tenant token like that. Oh, I got the Jackson Howard. So I could just play the Jackson Howard and then get rid of the medical breakthrough. Try and draw another... Try and draw a 3-2. Decide to wipe instead. I don't know, I think it probably would have made sense to just play the Jackson Howard right there. Did I just discarded the Jackson Howard instead? I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me right now. Maybe there's something else I was considering. But at this point, I think for him to get in... Oh yeah, he could use the sharpshooter. Yeah, so that's another reason why clearing right then didn't really make sense, is he had the sharpshooter. I'm just gonna have to clear again. But I think he needs more data suckers to get in. He needs 3 data suckers to get in either case. Unless he could just pay... Yeah, he could use data suckers and pay with the Fem on Grim, so he has ways in. Doesn't need to go check archives. So that is a snowflake. That would be a decent thing to put over HQ probably. But it's expensive, really expensive. Alright, white viruses again. So he could either, his 2 options, he could either, assuming he doesn't play some card, like a parasite, I guess. That wasn't even one of the options I was thinking of, but that's a great option. So now he's just going to get into HQ a bunch and probably win right here. Get lucky. Let's see if I could get lucky 2 more times. Yeah. So it's working out so far. This is not how you win regionals, but, you know, it's maybe how you can possibly win a game at regionals. If this sort of luck keeps working out. I'm drawing Eli, so that's, I think, about perfect to put over R&D, or HQ, I mean. Yep, so I install that over HQ. Just desperately trying to defend that medical breakthrough.
I'll take a credit.
It looks like I was wrong about prepaid. Well, he might not be playing them at this point, I guess. Just so used to seeing prepaid in Kate, but you don't have to. He could probably safely run on HQ. Can't think of anything that would really hurt him. Oh, so he's just gonna go check archives. He's thinking that I'm hiding the medical breakthrough in there, so he puts the Deus Ex out, which is smart. I don't think there's an agenda in there. So this was very profitable for me. So no agendas. So that's 3 guaranteed net damage. He's doing the Shikyus first. So yeah, he's. So if I do like 2 for each of them. I think there's some confusion as to how Shikyu works. So he's paying credits like it's a trace. Yeah, so we're just resolving that confusion. So maybe I should have done like 3 there. I probably should have done 3, so he had to. No, I could have done 2 on the previous one. Yeah, I should have done 2 to burn the Deus Ex. And then I should have done another 2 and he would have had to take a Shikyu. And that would have been really good. So if I could get him to take a Shikyu, then when I draw the Philotic, I might be able to just flatline. I don't know what the percentages are, but someone's probably done the math. You're probably a lot more likely to flatline with you know 4 agenda scored with the Philotic than with 3. That's probably why Scorched Earth is 4 meat damage. So I put a Caprice down over HQ, and things are turning a little bit. I mean, he could still get into. R&D is the biggest problem here. HQ I just defended pretty well. So I have the Eli, and then I have a Caprice, and I have the money to res all that stuff. I have to res the Caprice. Oh, hopefully I'm not screwing this up. Oh yeah, I'm just asking if I can res the Caprice. So he was kind enough to let me. Caprice is a little bit weird in her timing structure of when you have to use her. Okay, so I'm probably going to spend 2 here. That would be my guess. Yep, so I spend 2, I keep him out. The reason is I can archive memory as a successful demo. So I probably spend 0. Yep. The cool thing about it when I draw a successful demo, so I could play. I think I still have an archive memory. Oh, that worked out so good. I had a successful demo and then I hedge fund. That was amazing. So the nice thing about Caprice and successful demo is you're willing to spend 2 on it a lot more often, just because you're gonna get that money back. He's reminding me that a Tenon token was generated from the previous turn when Caprice kept him out. It was nice of him.
And last click money on KT.
10 and 2.
Yep.
And now I don't forget that again. It'd been so long since I got a 10 token, I think I just forgot about the possibility. Ooh, so I can score out the medical breakthrough.
Install. I will Trick of Light and Trick of Light.
Oh yeah, that was, I was doubting myself for a second there, but I think I have one more Trick of Light in hand.
Yeah. And that's medical breakthrough.
Yep.
And if he must be just like, he ran so much on HQ and didn't get that medical breakthrough. That was, if I win this game, it's just, it is luck, because I don't know how many HQ accesses he had. So this is looking really good for me. HQ's pretty well defended. He should just run R&D every turn. He can. I mean, he will run out of data sucker tokens eventually, but he could also just spend 2 data sucker tokens and then. Yeah, so he did that. He's spending data suckers and bad pub and getting in. Although he spent 2 data suckers to get it down to 3 strength, and then Fem costs 3 at that point, and he paid 2 bad pubs, so we might be having that off by 1. So I really need to draw into, so now I have 2 medical breakthroughs, 1 brain trust, and 1 Philotic in there that I could score out.
Second click, I will install. And then my last click, I will advance that once. All done.
And man, this R&D situation is really bad. I need to keep him out. The ice wall wouldn't have really kept him out. I would need to advance it a lot for it to keep him out, which maybe it would have been the right thing to do. Like, I risk 1 more turn of R&D and I just advance it out of range. Oh, that's what I missed on it. The math I was trying to figure out. He has 3 data suckers. I missed that 3rd data sucker at some point. Yeah, 3 data suckers to bring Grim down, and then bad pub pays through it. So yeah, he's getting into R&D for free. This is just more luck here, because there's at least, I think there's 4 more agendas. We're both at 5 points, and yeah, something like that. There's 4 more agendas.
First click, I'll draw.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the NAPDs. Wow,
Third click, I will advance. And then I have to discard
that was really lucky.
a couple cards.
Yeah, because he would have won.
I'll discard that one.
You know, assuming he doesn't win right now on an R&D access, he might just win. Got lucky again. He saw an ice wall. So I drew the agendas that. Okay, now all I need to do to win is I need to have 2 credits, because I need to play the Trick of Light in advance, and so I could spend all my money on these traces. This is 2nd click, so I spend 2 probably. I just spent 1. So, and also this is draining his data suckers, because he's paying the data suckers to get it down to 2 strength. Okay. And so he cannot get in there again. He already checked R&D. So I think this game is won. The last play I could think he could do is go check archives, but there's no agendas in there. So the Philotic will win the game. Yeah, there was I think 2 more agendas in there, so 2 medical breakthroughs were in. I think just another like 5 cards there. So it was a long game. But that is the game. I don't think I deserved that win, but it's a win nonetheless. And Jonathan played extremely well. Very hard to deal with all those data suckers, but in the end it worked out. So thanks again for watching, and we'll have more very soon.